Sound muted.
Hello, boys and girls. A young lad by the name of Kyle wanted me to do a quick tutorial video on how to add additional parts to your dirt scooter, such as exhaust pipes, handlebars, just generic things like that. And I was just going to use a pipe I made, so I have the blend file and the template, and I'm going to put it on the YZ125 because it's the only bike I have. I reformatted my computer a while ago. Don't have much stuff. Obviously, 4-stroke exhaust, 2-stroke bike. It's probably stupid, but you'll grasp the basic concept anyway. So, first thing I will do is open up the exhaust file and find the exhaust you want to add. In my case, I want this one. I'm going to go over here to the object tab, and I'm going to change the name of it to just, you change it whatever you want. I'm just going to call it grab me. The purpose of this is when I grab this exhaust later, such as right now, it'll be easier to find. So opened up my bike template, blend file I mean, going to append, go to your exhaust blend file, which for me is this one, go to object, and then grab me, which is the one I just named. It's what I want, so append from library. Boom, there it is, juicy. I'm just gonna rearrange the scene because it's different to how I want it to be. Last time I had some problems with the UV being a bitch. I've actually had a lot of problems recently with Blender and the UVs not working how I want this to be. Anyway, first things first, go to your frame, hit tab, it'll change to edit mode. We want to remove the current exhaust, so press L, press L to select. I have a scroll pad at the moment and I just brush my hand over it, so it's fucking up my mouse. Okay, there you go, disabled it. Also need to select inside of this. There's two things you can do. You can delete this, or you can press P and go selection. This pretty much removes it from the bike, which means that I can put it back later on if I want, or hide it to get rid of it. And the next thing I want to do is grab my exhausty pipe. I'm going to change views to quad view, so I have more ability to move around, I guess, and locate pipe to bike. Need to rotate this about the x-axis, shift to up, move across. Positioning is quite important. Some people might find it a bit tricky. Just stick at it, do small changes. You can also use your arrow keys on your keyboard if you need. There's a 3D view here. Some people might find it easier to use. We need to increase the angle. Move it out more. Just wherever you think it'll fit best. Arrange my view. Bam. Okay, we can increase the angle some more. Increase it. Maybe a little bit more. Yep, pretty much perfect. Small issue is, change back to quad, normal issue. A small issue you'll probably have with most exhaust pipes when trying to connect them is floating brackets. If you're really picky, you can add a mount point for the bracket through the subframe, so just pretty much add a box stretch the box out. So if you're that picky, I mean, you need to know how to model to do it, so it might be an issue for some of you. Anyway, next thing I want to do is go to my bike, press tab, which will stick me in edit mode, and obviously I have a small issue with the fact that my exhaust doesn't really line up with the original exhaust. So you can press Z or go down to here, change the wireframe mode, and we need to shift this thing. So we're going to hold shift and alt and right click on this, and that'll edge loop. That'll select an entire edge loop, which is handy. Something some of you might find very useful. Press it again. I'm just going to shift this across. Try to be careful when doing this, because if you move stuff like this too much, you can cause some stretching and stress for the UVs. Oh god. Oh god, again. Where is it? So that looks fairly straight. Yeah? Fucking random. Fuck that up a little bit there. No, looks good. So the next thing we will do is we need to merge these two objects, the exhaust and the bike. So firstly, I'll go to the exhaust at tab, press A, and I will shift the current UV out of the way so that when I merge these two objects, the UVs won't overlap and I won't have any trouble trying to select them. So next thing I do is right click the exhaust first, then press shift and right click the bike. This is to select both. Press control, hold control, then press J. This will merge the two objects together. The second object will take priority over origins, just everything. Name, origin takes priority, second object does. Next thing we'll do is hit tab. Should bring us back to object mode. Now go back to our folder where we had all our juicy things. Open up the Photoshop template for the bike, because now we have to relocate the UVs for the exhaust. So we need to find somewhere on the template where that can go. Fortunately for me, this template was quite poorly laid out, so there is massive quantities of empty space where I could potentially put this exhaust. If I wanted to be efficient, I would only put it here and replace the original exhaust. That way I would have this extra space for other things. If I wanted to add like a steering dampener, handguards, all sorts of other stuff. If I wanted to add stuff, I'd have this space, which I could do, but obviously the bigger my exhaust, the better it's going to look in game. Fuck, either way, that's a pretty big spot. But yeah, and just contemplating where to put it. Might as well put it there anyway for the purpose of the young tutorial. So save this. Yep, save this as a PNG anywhere you want, somewhere you can find it, of course. I'll wait fucking 6 years for this to save because my quality laptop runs at hyperspeed. Okay, go back to blend file, go images, open image, and then we will grab the PNG we just saved, which is that, open image. You might have noticed the aspect ratio for this template is different to the aspect ratio of our exhaust. It is dimension wise twice as high as it is wide. So in Blender we will have to select our exhaust, go to scale, and make it half the height. That way the aspect ratio is the same. Anyway, we will scale this down to a smaller object. And put it where this exhaust goes. So the bigger you can get it, the better, pretty much. You know what they say, the bigger the better. It's very true. So put it there, go to UVs, export UV layout, save it whatever you want, export UV. So as far as blend file's done, we're finished, so we can save this. Can apply our rotation and scale, and then export the frame. Obviously we call this YZ125 underscore frame dash, call it TI5, and export JM. Hopefully few of you will already know how to export JMs, because it's not something I want to cover, but I don't know, I guess that was a pretty quick explanation regardless. Next thing we are going to do is grab this and throw it in here into our Photoshop. Then we're going to right click, duplicate layer, and then we're going to change destination document to our bike template. Click OK. If we come over here, boom, we have our UV for the new exhaust. So next thing you do is go to our exhaust template, select all this and put it into a new folder. That way it'll be easy to move. Duplicate this group and change the destination to our bike template like so. Then if we come here, this will appear here. It'll obviously be a lot larger than what we want it to be, so we'll have to scale it down. Before we start scaling it though, we will go over here, we'll turn on our wireframe. This will allow us to line up our wireframes just to achieve maximum accuracy. By the way, if you hold shift when dragging, you'll maintain aspect ratio on your exhaust or image. Just keep scaling this till you get it to the right size. Too small. Too large. Still too large. Might be perfect. That appears to be perfect, one would believe. So we will just place that. Yeah, no, that looks perfect. Next thing we'll want to do is move our diffuse into the bike's diffuser layer. So we've opened up our exhaust folder and we're moving everything around. Turn that off, turn on the norm, so our normal map, place our normal map here. Turn that off, turn on the spec, place our spec map in here, turn it on, turn that off. We no longer need this group, so we can delete it. can keep this wireframe if you want. I'm not sure why there isn't any wireframes for the bike. Anyway, so that's that. We're pretty much done. All you need to do now is save this, export it, put everything into game, and you'd be sweet, good to go. Everything should work fine. So thanks for watching. I hope it helps you guys. If you have any problems, just let me know. I'll post this on the forums. You guys should be able to ask questions, and I'll try to help you to the best of my ability. Anyway, hope this helped.